coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
The confirmation process for Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh hits a bump in the road. Good afternoon, I'm Monica Harkins. President Trump's pick for the highest court now faces a public showdown. This after a woman says the judge sexually assaulted her back in high school. NBC's Casey Hunt reports.
Judge Brett Kavanaugh and Dr. Christine Blasey Ford set to face each other and the public in a dramatic he said, she said credibility battle in the Judiciary Committee hearing room next Monday.
I'm just glad we're having the hearing, and she deserves to be heard, and she will.
The showdown set after Ford came forward and said she would be willing to testify under oath that she's telling the truth in her allegation to the Washington Post that a teenage Brett Kavanaugh assaulted her at a high school party 3 decades ago, pinning her to a bed, groping her, and trying to remove her clothes.
Does she consider this an attempted rape?
She does. She clearly considers this an attempted rape.
Kavanaugh has denied the allegation, and the White House saying Kavanaugh, quote, looks forward to a hearing where he can clear his name of this false allegation. So far, President Trump is standing by his man.
Judge Kavanaugh is one of the finest people that I've ever known.
But those assurances weren't enough for Republicans on Capitol Hill who want to hear his defense and let her tell her story in public, with all eyes on the women Republican senators Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins.
Do you believe Dr. Ford?
I don't know enough about Dr. Ford and her allegations yet to reach that kind of judgment. Obviously, if Judge Kavanaugh has lied about what happened, that would be disqualifying.
Supporters of Dr. Ford's already banding together. Schoolmates from the all-girls high school she attended writing a letter of support. The actress Julie Louis-Dreyfus among them. While Kavanaugh spent yesterday at the White House calling senators to defend himself, telling Orrin Hatch he wasn't even at the party.
I think this woman, whoever she is mixed up.
The Associated Press reports Republicans hope the nationally televised showdown between the judge and his accuser would save Kavanaugh's endangered Supreme Court nomination. Back in mid-Missouri, a woman was arrested on suspicion of abuse or neglect of a 4-year-old child. Police arrested Tabitha Solly at Lakewood Apartments on Old Highway 63 and Walnut Street after an investigation. She was also cited for making a false police report. The child was being treated at Women and Children's Hospital for serious injuries yesterday, which led to the investigation of the apartment. The investigation is still ongoing. The city of Columbia is testing out new lights between Hitt and Wash Street on Broadway this week. Officials say they hope these new lights will help prevent late-night downtown crime. The new light poles not only have an extra light compared to old poles, but they also get brighter when bars let out late at night. For now, the city installed 6 of them between Hitt and Wash Streets, but if the result comes back positive, they could add more.
Every community is a little bit different. We'll have to experiment a little bit with this to find out if there is any influence on the data. And that probably will take a few months, maybe 6 months.
A manager at Fieldhouse Bar who didn't want to comment on camera said he noticed the lights have helped with crowds. Columbia Parks and Rec is proposing some pretty big changes to Lyons-Stevens Park. Later today, members of the community will get a chance to take a look at the proposed alterations to the park and give their input to city staff. Some of the proposed changes include says the park shelter and playgrounds have served the community at Lyons-Stevens Park for more than 25 years.
So they'll be able to kind of look over the plans, review it. It's a drop-in meeting for us, which means that we don't give a real formal presentation. What we want people to do is just come out and talk to us individually and say, this is what we like about the plan, this may be what we don't like about the plan, or a possible suggestion as well.
The Public Services Manager says they want to know what the public thinks before bringing the plans to the Park Commission this Thursday. In national news, President Trump ordered the declassification of some documents tied to the Russia probe. The White House says the move is to increase transparency around the investigation. The declassification applies to part of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act used on former Trump aide Carter Page. The order will also declassify text messages from several former FBI officials, including former Director James Comey and former Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. And another book attacking the Trump administration would come out by the end of the year. Fired FBI veteran Andrew McCabe plans to publish a tell-all book in December. It would be called The Threat: How the FBI Protects America in the Age of Terror and Trump. McCabe spent almost 22 years with the Bureau, including as deputy director. But President Trump targeted him after some Clinton allies supported the state Senate campaign of McCabe's wife. The U.S.-China Business Council, which represents some 200 American companies, voiced concern today over the escalating trade tariff dispute between the two countries. China said it will take countermeasures to President Trump's decision to raise tariffs on Chinese imports. The Trump administration announced the tariffs on some 5,000 Chinese-made goods will take effect next Monday if China retaliates. President Trump threatened to add more tariffs on Chinese goods. South Korean President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un held their official summit at the ruling Workers' Party headquarters in Pyongyang today. The results of the talks weren't immediately available. Seoul officials earlier said they would focus on how to achieve denuclearization of the Korean peninsula, decrease military tensions along their border, and improve overall ties. The North's media said the talks would reaffirm their commitment to Korean peace, unity, and prosperity. All right, Tim, it's been clear skies this morning. What does our forecast look like?
Well, it's more of the same. If you step outside, it's hot, and it's going to be increasingly hot here through the rest of the week. We're talking temperatures in the mid-90s, not only today, but weekend forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, those details with Tim after this. You're taking a live look over downtown Columbia. Your time now is 12:07. We'll be back.
Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by University Subaru.
The Food Bank, the Missouri Tigers, and you have joined together on the Score Against Hunger campaign to help our neighbors in need. And now we want to invite you to Taste of the Tigers Thursday, October 4th. Join us and experience tailgate-themed creations from Columbia's finest restaurants. Watch a live broadcast of Tiger Talk with Mike Kelly and Barry Odom. Join the silent and live auctions and hang out with Mizzou cheerleaders and Truman the Tiger. Proceeds benefit the Food Bank and help our neighbors in need. For tickets, visit scoreagainsthunger.org.
Missing teeth? Tired of dentures? Meet the doctors at Huntline Dental Group. With custom implant placement at half the cost. Call now to set up your free consultation. 573-750-4640. Because we love to see you smile.
I'm a cancer survivor, so I can't afford to lose my health care coverage. That's why it angers me that Attorney General Josh Hawley filed a lawsuit to allow insurance companies to deny care for Missourians with pre-existing conditions. People like me denied care for cancer, high blood pressure, and other diseases. Josh Hawley sides with the insurance companies, not the rest of us.
Majority Forward is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Soft Rock 101.5 KPLA. Today's hits and yesterday's favorites. Soft Rock 101.5 KPLA. Listen while you work. Start your mornings just right. Always family friendly. Soft Rock 101.5 KPLA.
Missing teeth? Tired of old, loose dentures? Put pride and confidence in your future. Huntline Dental Group emphasizes custom dental implant placement at half the cost. Call now to set up your free consultation, 750-4640, because we love to see you smile.
This First Alert weather forecast is brought to you by Carpet Values.
All right, welcome back. Your SunSense number brought to you by Despain KC Dermatology Center is an 8 for this afternoon. Lots of sunshine already, and it's really warming things up. Also, those allergy numbers here for this time of the year are high as well. Ragweed numbers continue to be the leader on that. That's going to continue to be high here, not only for today, but also for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Finally, though, on Friday, there will be a cold front that will move through the state, and that should help bring in a different air mass that will be coming in out from the north. Saturday's pollen numbers a little bit lower here in the forecast. Your current conditions right now, mostly sunny outside, and it's hot, 90 degrees already. The current temperature, dew point number of 67. Winds are calm. It's a bit muggy out there. 93 is the current heat index in central Missouri, and it's not getting any better here for today. Right now, most of our numbers are around 90 degrees in not only Columbia, but also Jefferson City and in Mexico. It's 91 in Boonville, already 91 out near Brunswick. It's 88 in the Lake of the Ozarks, 86 currently in Herman. Let's then factor in the humidity. Again, those dew point numbers are high right now. It already feels like 97 out near Boonville. It feels like 94 in Mexico at this time. And that's not going to change much here through the afternoon. Expected heat indices are going to be around 95 to 96 through the 3 o'clock hour. Even into the evening hours, most of our heat index numbers around the 5 to 6 o'clock hour, still being around 95 to 96. Keep in mind, it's an early onset for heat exhaustion for your body once these heat index values get above 95 degrees. So keep that in mind if you have outdoor plans here this evening, or also if you have kids, they're going to be doing some sports practices maybe this evening too. And we need to keep that in mind also for Wednesday and Thursday. Not only will the humidity be higher, but also the heat index values will be higher than too, around 95 to 100 on Wednesday and Thursday. We do get that cool off though. Again, we have that cold front coming later this week. That should lead to some much cooler temperatures and also that drop in the humidity. But man, what a heat stretch we're going to have. That average high is around 77 right now. We're going to be around 93 today, 95 on Wednesday. We could set a new record high temperature for Columbia on the date for tomorrow. That record, 94, set back in the year of 2000. I think we have a chance of breaking that number. We won't break any other records, though, this week because most of our temperature records that were set back in the late 1800s were around 98 to 104. So it's not nearly the warmest we've ever had, but it will be very warm here to close out this week eventually. Some of those temperatures into the weekend, 80 degrees for Friday, 72 for Saturday. Now, Saturday's actually shaping up to be a little bit better in the forecast. Details to come on that here in a second. But the satellite and radar, let's watch now over northern Missouri here for the afternoon. There are some signs that we may get a little squeeze out shower or two. Those would be very isolated raindrops at best, but hey, maybe some rain could pop up in this forecast this afternoon. That would bring in some relief as well, as that would really help cool things off. Precipcast continues to show over western Missouri some signs of some isolated showers between the 4 and 5 o'clock hour. That would become maybe a bit more widespread here throughout central Missouri into the 6 to 7 o'clock hours. But we're talking isolated storms at best. Not everybody gets rain out of this. If you do get one of those bigger storm cells, it could dump a lot of heavy rain. That should clear up by this evening around 9 o'clock. And then the overnight clearing up to lead to more sunshine for tomorrow. It doesn't look like that rain picks up until about Friday. Friday is when that cold front arrives. It does lead to cooler temperatures, but we have taken some of those precipitation chances down in the forecast. Right now, Saturday looking mainly like a drier day, which would be good for high school football and for college football here in the state. Here's a look at your forecast for today. It'll be a mostly sunny day, hot and humid outside, high temperatures near 93, and there's not much of that breeze outside. It's coming in and out of the south and west, only at 4 to 8 miles per hour. Stays warm this evening. Evening temperatures will be around 85 to 90. We'll eventually drop to 72 by tomorrow morning, and we could potentially set a record high tomorrow. 95 will be the high temperature, 94 for Saturday. A slight chance for storms on Friday and maybe on Saturday. Things look to clear up a bit, though, this weekend. Temperatures this weekend will be in the 70s. Let's take a live look now for mid-Missouri. We'll be right back here in just a couple of minutes.
Carpet Values is the Midwest's largest mill direct discount flooring warehouse. What does that mean to you? Selection. Walk through miles and miles of wall-to-wall carpeting, miles of luxury vinyl tile and plank, miles of trendy wood laminate, miles of extra-wide sheet vinyl. And don't forget Mid-Missouri's largest selection of area rugs. If it's on the floor, we have it at the best prices. So drive a little for miles and miles of savings at Carpet Values, only in Kingdom City.
From touchdowns to tailgates, get your Tiger gear at Crane's Country Store. Get all the latest Mizzou products, plus coolers, cold weather gear, and drinkware to keep your beverage extra hot or extra cold. Stop by and stock up at Crane's Country Store.
The EPA's listed indoor air quality as one of the top 5 environmental concerns of our time. Over 50 million people have allergies. I'm Doug Wallace with All Weather. We have low-cost, highly effective, amazing products for enhancing indoor air quality, removing allergens, controlling humidity, destroying things like staph, E. coli, and airborne mold spores. Isn't it time your family breathed healthy indoor air? When you're ready, we'll be here. That's All Weather. We fix stuff. No surprises here.
Whether a home is too hot, or too cold, or too drafty, City of Columbia Water and Light can help. We offer rebates and low-interest loans to help you finance energy-efficient home improvements, saving you money and making you a lot more comfortable. City of Columbia Water and Light, helping you get your home and your utility bills just right. To learn how you can save money and stay comfortable, visit ColumbiaPowerPartners.com.
Hard to imagine, but we'll soon be stoking the stove here at Crane's Country Store. Get ready for fall with cool weather wear from quality brands like Pendleton, Carhartt, Filson, Drake, and more. Crane's Country Store in beautiful downtown Williamsburg. Boots, bullets, britches, baloney.
The aftermath of Hurricane Florence still causing problems. The remnants of the powerful storm spawning tornadoes yesterday in Virginia. And as NBC's Gabe Gutierrez reports, the death toll from the storm is now 32 people across 3 states.
Thank you, Eva. Thank you, everyone.
Meet the billionaire who signed up to be the first paying passenger on Elon Musk's SpaceX mission to the moon.
I choose to go to the moon.
Yeah. Yusaku Maezawa is a Japanese musician, entrepreneur, and art collector.
Ever since I was a kid, I have...
Alrighty. So it seems like that was our package we have for SpaceX, for Elon Musk, making sure, you know, he's talking about a new related story there. So moving back to what we were planning on playing for y'all, still related to weather, we're talking another one across the world. Rescuers in the Philippines say it's unlikely they will find any more survivors from a landslide triggered by Typhoon Mangkhut. The mayor of Itagon said there is a 99% chance that all of the miners and their families were killed. The town was among the hardest hit by the typhoon that struck Saturday. Mangkhut is already confirmed to have killed 66 people in the Philippines. And in Hong Kong, workers continued the cleanup and repair operation today after Typhoon Mangkhut. The city has been trying to clear scores of fallen trees and bamboo scaffolding, which have been blocking roads. Some buildings cleaning up tons of smashed windows. Residents say they were relieved that public transportation has resumed. The China Meteorological Administration says the typhoon was one of the 10 biggest storms to hit southeast China since 1949, when records began. You're taking a live look over Jefferson City. KOMU 8 News at noon. We'll be back after this.
When a little leak creates a huge headache, put out the call to 443-8383. Service Master will be there in a flash, anywhere in mid-Missouri.
We'll get there faster and master your disaster. Service Master. Call 443-8383.
Where can you find a trusted, locally owned pharmacy with the newest conveniences? Eldon Drug Company. How about shortened wait times for needed medications and the ability to receive compounded, personalized medications? That's still Eldon Drug Company. Enjoy the convenience of their free delivery in Eldon. Or try medication synchronization to easily grab all your monthly prescriptions in one single trip. And while you're here, explore a great selection of products, including home decor, children's gifts, women's apparel, and accessories. Eldon Drug Company. Local made easier.
For over 60 years, the Jennings family has been all about premium meats. From burgers to brisket, chops to cutlets, roasts to ribs, sausage to steaks, and all the bacon you could want along the way. Jennings Premium Meats. For every barbecue, picnic, or dinner with the family. Call and order one of our meat packs today for your Labor Day weekend, or stop by our shop in historic downtown New Franklin and pick up tonight's dinner. Jennings Premium Meats. Fresh cuts, well-seasoned service.
Hard work and honest living is the American promise, a good life in the middle class. But today, big government and big business could take that life away. I've been part of the old battles in Washington. I don't owe anything to anyone. Look, when either party is wrong, I'll say it. When powerful forces threaten honest people, I'll fight back. Truth is, we're running out of time to save our country, and that's why I approve this message.
When a little rain makes a huge mess, put out the call to 443-8383. Service Master will be there in a flash, anywhere in mid-Missouri.
We'll get there faster and master your disaster. Service Master. Call 443-8383.
Welcome back. So we played a little bit of the video earlier before the break, but now we're going to give you the full story. So overnight, the CEO of SpaceX has introduced the first paying passenger who has signed up for a trip around the moon and back in 2023. NBC's Tom Costello reports.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you, everyone.
Meet the billionaire who signed up to be the first paying passenger on Elon Musk's SpaceX mission to the moon.
I choose to go to the moon.
Yusaku Maezawa is a Japanese musician, entrepreneur, and art collector.
Ever since I was a kid, I have loved the moon. Just staring the moon filled my imagination.
He's hoping his mission will unite the world and somehow inspire global peace. So he's helping to underwrite the cost of Elon Musk's entire lunar mission.
We're honored that he would choose us. This is not us choosing him.
But Maezawa isn't going alone. He'll invite 6 to 8 artists to join him. He'll pay their way, but when they return, they will be asked to make their own contribution.
Artists could go to space, see the moon up close, and the Earth in full view, and create works that reflect their experience.
The SpaceX BFR rocket is a souped-up version of the Falcon Heavy rocket that lifted off on a test mission last February, carrying a mock astronaut riding a cherry red Tesla.
That's one small step for man.
Only 24 humans have ever orbited or landed on the moon.
That's beautiful.
All of them Americans. The last mission was in 1972. Now NASA is planning a return mission. But Musk is determined to get there first with a test flight, then paying passengers on a 500,000-mile round-trip lunar mission.
It's always there and has continued to inspire humanity. That is why I could not pass up this opportunity to see the moon up close.
But the danger, warns Musk, is very real.
There's some chance that something could go wrong. We'll do everything we can to minimize that. But whenever it's the first flight of something on a new technology, and we're talking about deep space, you have to be a very brave person to do that.
Musk says he's not sure when he might climb into the rocket for a trip to the moon himself. He eventually wants to land on the satellite and build a lunar base, then go to Mars, but that could be many, many years away. And now for your red carpet report.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Samantha Bowers with today's red carpet report. The 70th Primetime Emmy Awards took place last night in Los Angeles. TV's biggest night was full of big winners. The Amazon series The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel took home a total of 5 awards, including Outstanding Comedy Series. FX's American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace, followed with 3 Emmys, including Outstanding Limiting Series. Another standout was HBO's Game of Thrones. The show walked away with 2 Emmys, including the award for Outstanding Drama Series. But it was Glenn Weiss who won more than just a trophy. Weiss received the Emmy for directing for a variety special for the 2018 Oscars telecast. This was the director's 11th Emmy, but his acceptance speech was a little different this time. He got down on one knee and proposed to now fiancée Jan Svensson. Weiss said, quote, "You wonder why I don't like to call you my girlfriend? Because I want to call you my wife." The Emmy winner then gave Svensson the same ring his father placed on his mother's finger 67 years ago, a moment that led to applause throughout the audience. TV's biggest night brought some of the finest fashions to the gold carpet. The stars stood front and center showing off their most stylish looks. While some chose more neutral colors, comedian and actress Tiffany Haddish went with a more bold ensemble. Haddish wore a rainbow-striped gown that was a tribute to her Eritrean heritage. The gown's red, yellow, blue, and green colors stood to represent the Eritrean flag, a tribute to her father who passed away in 2017. And that's a wrap on today's Red Carpet Report.
A lot can happen in a day. So when you're ready to know more than just what's happening, we'll bring you the voices who can tell you why.
This is All Things Considered.
Listen every afternoon.
Spencer James, Billy Baker, varsity coach, Beverly High.
I need you to come play for me.
I want a life better than the one I've been living. I'm asking you to play for something bigger. Because when you do, you'll be unstoppable.
That's all you got.
Hi. Hi. Do your dentures come with a guarantee?
Oh, no, dentures don't. But this thing did. Melts away love handles or your money back.
I'll be right with you.
Okay, let's try something new.
Hi.
Hi.
Do your dentures come with a money-back guarantee?
Absolutely.
Did you hear that?
They already know.
At Aspen Dental, we're a different kind of dentist, with dentures starting at $3.99 per arch and a money-back guarantee. Schedule online or call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
You've been injured in an accident. You're waiting for the insurance company. They are busy working to pay you less. You are losing your chance to gather evidence that helps you, like photos and witness statements. Do you submit your bills to your own health insurance? And what happens if your bills go to collection before you have finished your medical treatment? To better serve and guide you, the Hines & Wilson Law Firm represents only injury claim clients. Why settle for less? Call today for your free consultation. Trusted, respected. The Hines & Wilson Law Firm.
What changed while you were sleeping? What happened since the last time you ate breakfast? Our world is changing every minute, and we'll be there every morning to keep you on top of it.
You're listening to Morning Edition from NPR News.
Listen every weekday.
Now here's a look at what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 5. A new app that's like Uber for lawn care is popping up in Columbia. We'll take a look at how local businesses are reacting to the new competition. That's coming up at 5.
And it's hot outside already. Temperatures are in the low 90s. We're on pace to hit about 93. The heat index could be around 96 out in this afternoon. Look at the satellite and radar. Let's keep our eyes on the radar here for this afternoon. There are some opportunities for some isolated thunder showers to develop this afternoon, mainly around 3 or 4 o'clock. And so we could have some rain in central, better yet over northern Missouri this evening. Most of us are going to stay dry here today, and it's just going to be hot outside. 93 the high temperature today, 87 this evening. We'll drop to a low of 72 tonight.
A teenager in California is teaching us all a thing or two about being a good Samaritan. A 16-year-old found a purse in the middle of a Santa Barbara road and went the extra mile to get it back to its owner. Now, this wasn't just chump change that was found in the purse. The teen found $10,000 inside. He took it to the sheriff's office, and deputies were able to track down the woman who lost it. She said she was touched by the teenager's gesture and gave him $100 as the reward.
I would have really wanted to find whatever object I lost if it had a lot of my valuables in it, and so I hope that if that ever happens to me, that whoever finds what I lose does the same thing.
So I can't really decide how I feel about that.
Well, I just wonder how he was able to track it down. I'm assuming somebody probably put in a
maybe a driver's license.
Oh, yeah, there you go. If there's a wallet in there,
$10,000 in my purse, though, I would be keeping that very close.
No kidding.
Alrighty, everyone. Thanks for joining us. That's our time.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the news app, and the weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.
At Steve's Restaurant, family style means family smiles. Hearty meals served with real mashed potatoes and gravy, fresh green beans and country ham or catfish fillets, or the best fried chicken around. Steve's Family Style Restaurant, 10 minutes from Jeff City in Lowman.
We were struck by a drunk driver, rear-end collision. I ended up having surgery 5 days later. Well, the great thing about Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer is that they were very driven in results. Jill was very effective and very aggressive about getting what I needed out of the situation, and I'm just glad that everything just got settled the way it did. And I think with all of them combined together, it just made the best team for my case. I definitely got the results that I needed.
Don't miss the Veterans Day 5K on Sunday, November 11th. All proceeds support Veterans Health Research. Register or sponsor a veteran at veteransfivek.org.
Jeopardy! Weekdays at 4, followed by KOMU 8 News at 5.
World exclusive. The Doorbell Woman mystery solved.
I just rang and rang and rang.
She's the mystery woman who made headlines for ringing a doorbell at 3 a.m. in restraints. Now she's speaking out for the first time. What she says really happened that night. Then, the Supreme Court nominee in crisis.
So you have a response to the allegations?
The college professor now coming forward and what she says happened when she was in high school.
Plus, escape from Hurricane Florence. Even the dogs are thankful.
Come on, puppy. It's okay.
And you're out of order. Courtroom on this. Why does he have his hand on this woman? Then
Emmy Smackdown.
the confrontation between actors